Well, good morning and welcome to Mission Church Live. We're coming to you live on Facebook and YouTube, and we're coming to you live for one particular reason. We want to provide the opportunity for you to engage with one another. So as you're logging on, say hi to everyone. Feel free to chat with other people that you see logging on. I see a bunch of people joining. There's Debbie is on now watching. Says good morning. Jessica. Hi, Jessica. It's good to see you on here. Kelsey's on, Cassandra, Lynn, I see Aaron's watching now. We want to encourage you to go ahead and use the chat option there, make comments about what's going on in our gathering today and make comments to one another because, again, that's why we're coming live. We want you to have a sense of connection, not only with what we're presenting, but with one another as we share this experience together. And speaking of doing this live and the need for connection and community, you know, it's funny how this works, that when we don't have something, we realize how important that something is to us. And the freedom to gather and to worship, the freedom to come together and be with one another is something that all of us are missing more and more. And if you're like me, you just can't hardly wait until the restrictions lift and we can come back together and worship freely and greet one another, hug one another, and not have to do any physical or social distancing any longer. I hope that today you'll just open your heart together with me and let God do in your heart what He wants to do. Oh, I see Sue is online. Sue's wanting to say hello. Hey, Sue, it's good to see you. What have you got to say?
Hey, everybody. So glad to see you. Oh, my goodness. I wish you were all here in my living room with me. We are here, Rob and Julianne are here with me, and we're getting ready to do church just like you. You know, I know that we're all in that time when things are just crazy and so different, but I know that, you know, we're going to get through this together. There is life beyond the virus, and some of that for you may be difficult. You know, we have a sick pet at home, and so we've had to do the social distancing vet, and there's just a lot of things going on right now, but we're so glad you're here because this is the best place for you to be, to recharge your soul. We're going to recharge our souls right now and let the Lord do what He's going to do in our hearts today as we gather together. We're so glad you're here. And let's get up and worship together. Either stand, sit, you know, maybe you just like to reflect and let the music just wash over you. But I think let's worship today. Let's just give our hearts to the Lord.
Hey, thanks, Sue. Won't you stand or sit, just clap along and sing along and put our hope in Jesus this morning. I believe that the future is brighter. I believe in His promise for me. I believe that He's working and He's not done. The best is yet to come. I know He makes the anxious courageous. I know He makes the doubters believe. I know He won't stop working 'cause He's not done. The best is yet to come. I've got this hope in my soul. I know He won't let me go. Lord, I believe with your life in me will just be good. The best is yet to come. I believe that He gives second chances. I believe in all things for good. I believe that He's working. The best is yet to come. I've got this hope in my soul. I know You won't let me go. Lord, I believe Your life in me just begun. I've got this hope in my soul. I know You won't let me go. Lord, I believe with Your life in me, I just begun. The best is yet to come. Come on, we're going to put our hope in Jesus. Here we go. You make my whole life, my whole life. You hold my whole life, my whole life. weapon may be formed, but it won't prosper. When the darkness falls, it won't prevail. 'Cause the God I serve knows only how to triumph. And my God will never fail. Come on, you believe that? And my God will never fail. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. It belongs to you, God. Oh, there's power in His name, and there's power in the mighty name of Jesus. Every war He wages, He will win. Oh, and I'm not backing down from any giant. 'Cause I know how this story ends. Yes, I know how this story ends. Sing it out, say, I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. The battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. Yeah, yeah. You know, I know it's easy to get, for me, it's easy to get lost in what's going on and the frustrations of the world. I don't know about you, but I gotta be honest, I'm pretty frustrated right now, just with what I'm feeling, with what I'm being forced to go through. And I know God's got it all in His hands, but it's easy for me to just get frustrated. But I can also choose to live by faith, like that song said. No matter what I feel, I'm gonna see a victory. No matter what my family's facing, I'm gonna see a victory. No matter what is thrown my way, I'm gonna see a victory. You know, through all of this, the devil has got his grip on so many of us, and at times he does me. But I'm gonna choose to say, you know, the devil, what you meant for evil, I know Jesus is gonna turn it around for good. We're gonna grow stronger as families. We're gonna go stronger as the kingdom of God. We're gonna advance. We're gonna do big things. And we're gonna step on the devil's head. And what he meant for evil through all of this, God is gonna turn around for good. And I believe that for your life today. Whatever you're facing and whatever you're going through, God is gonna turn around what was meant for evil and make it into good for your family, for your health, for your finances, in Jesus' name. You believe that as we sing these words for your life and for your family? Come on, sing this word. Say, you take what the enemy meant for evil and you turn it for good. Turn it for good. You take what the enemy meant for evil, turn it for good. Turn it for good. Turn it for good. Turn it for good. You're turning it around, God. You take the enemy meant for evil and you turn it for good. For good. Hey, yeah, you take the enemy meant for evil. Turn it for good. Turn it for good. choose to live by faith this morning, say, I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. Oh, the battle belongs to you, Lord. Sing it again, say, I'm gonna see a victory. Oh, the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. The battle belongs to you, Lord. You take what the enemy meant for evil, turn it for good, turn it for good. You take what the enemy meant for evil, turn it for good, turn it for good. You take that, you take what the enemy meant for evil, turn it for good, turn it for good. Come on, sing it like you mean it, say. You take what the enemy meant for evil, turn it for good, turn it for good. God, we thank you that you do take what the devil meant for evil and you turn it for good. We worship you, God. We thank you for all that you're doing. God, we choose to live by faith. We choose to trust what you said, not what we feel, not what we see. I want to just encourage you, no matter what you're going through, you can see a victory in what Jesus did on the cross, not what we feel or not what we're all facing or what we're all going through, but we can see a victory in Jesus today. God, we thank you for your Son and who you are. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. So fun worshiping with you this morning. What a great opportunity just to love Jesus from our homes and from all across our community. So glad that you're here with us this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I'm reminded, Kyle, that it's a choice to worship. So when we sing those songs, when we can just be singing songs, or the songs can actually be an expression of our worship. And for some of you today, just tuning in was an act of worship. When we choose to trust God through these challenging times, each time we choose to trust Him, it's an act of worship. And so there's lots of ways that we express our worship, which is just saying, God, you're worth it. God, the value that you have in my life is enough for me to take this step, to choose to trust, to be obedient, or whatever it happens to be. So it's not just the singing of songs. It's also the giving of our finances. And I would like to remind you all that the vast majority of our expenses continue unchanged through these lockdown, stay-at-home weeks that we're experiencing together. We're working very hard behind the scenes to provide as much content as we can for you in this way on this live stream. So we just encourage you to give. Now, we also know that some of you are out of work, so please don't feel any pressure or any unnecessary guilt when you're back to work and you're being prospered by God. You can give then. But for the rest of you who are able, we encourage you to continue to be faithful and generous. We actually have slipped back to about $18,000 below budget, so we do need everyone's help and faithful giving as you're able to do that. And again, this live stream is one of those things that we're working hard to provide.
Yeah, and we're doing a lot of stuff. We're actually having 4 different live environments all the way throughout the week. This is one of them. We have Fusion live on Wednesday nights for our middle school and high school students. I was thinking about it the other day, too. For you parents who are always like, what do they do at Fusion? You can actually tune in. We don't have like an age restriction on it. You don't have to like show your ID at the door on Facebook or something like that. So watch with your family Wednesday nights for Fusion. We have Theology Thursdays, which has hopefully been helpful for you as we've been looking through the book of John together and answering some kind of big weighty questions about God and about theology. You tune into that live on Thursdays. Or like Craig said earlier, everything's available later, always throughout the week. And then Mission Kids Monday is, I'm a little partial to Fusion, but Mission Kids Monday might be my next favorite thing that we've been doing and putting out there, content for kids and for families. It's such a helpful tool, not only for the little kids, but for families as well. I heard a great story this week from Rebecca. She was talking about her little guy, Joshua. Shout out, Joshua, if you're watching. I miss you, buddy. He's 5 years old, just getting some real practical tools to bust some fear. They're talking about the fear busters right now as they bust some fears and learn to put their trust in God for those fears. And so Rebecca was just able to have these awesome conversations with Joshua that he was able to remember, I don't have to be afraid, and I can pray and have God bust those fears. They used an analogy of putting your fears in a box and then blowing it up like the Mythbusters would.
By the way, that's not just good for kids. I think some of you adults need some fear busters coming your way.
And then it's a great tool for the parents, too. Rebecca was just so blessed to be able to have a tool to start conversation with her 5-year-old about how they could be praying through these times as they're missing their friends, their preschool teachers, their family members, all that kind of stuff. And it was so awesome just to see these tools, again, that we're putting out throughout the week, really having an effect even in this time that we can't gather together and give hugs and hang out, but we're still trying to create that content. So tune in this week. Mission Kids Monday will be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. and available throughout the week again as well for you to take a look and take opportunity for.
And you know, Kyle, in just a few days, it's going to be Mother's Day. And so, hey, moms, if you're watching right now, I want to encourage you to do one of these things. Maybe put your fingers in your ears or turn your face away from the screen or do both. Or maybe this is a good time to go use the restroom and come back because
they can grab some coffee. Go get some coffee. Break.
Go get some coffee or something. But we want you to ignore what I'm going to say next because we want the attention of you guys out there and you older children. Mother's Day is coming up, and we want to encourage your participation by creating a video that we'll be able to use next week. Check it out.
What's up, Mission Church? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hey, I want to take a moment and talk to all the dads and the kids out there. So if you're a mom, just keep on scrolling. This isn't for you. Okay, dads and kids, do I have your attention? I don't know if you know this, but Mother's Day is just a few short days away. And we want to help you honor moms well. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to take a video of yourself, hold your phone sideways, and just shout out some love for your mom. Wish them a happy Mother's Day. It might look a little something like this.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. We love you, and I hope you have a great day today. You're the best mom in the whole wide world.
Okay. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mommy. You're the best mommy in the whole wide world. I hope you're having so great all by yourself. I love you so much. Goodbye.
Okay, now that you got the video, you got the idea, all you got to do is upload it to us. Go to mc.life/mom. It's super easy. You can do it on your phone. Upload your video. We're going to shout out some love to moms on Mother's Day, Sunday, May 10th. So help us out and love some moms well. See you later. Okay, we've got to wave our arms so moms can come back. Now, cut. You're in, moms. Hope you're back. That's going to be amazing. It's super secret, so hopefully moms didn't tune into that.
Yeah,
but they
I'm
were
pretty
all
sure they just
anyway.
sat there and watched
That's
the whole
okay.
thing.
It's going to be a surprise. Put your surprise face on next week. Be like, oh my gosh, that was awesome. But if moms did watch it now the kids and the dads don't have an excuse because now the moms.
Exactly.
So.
There's going to be some pressure there. But we're just trying to help you with your relationships, right? At home and with your
There
mom.
you go. So today, speaking of, we're going to finish out our series, Level Up, where we're trying to help you level up in your relationships. Let's do that together this morning.
Well, good morning again. Thanks for inviting us into your living room and into your life today. I'm Scott, and I'm joined by my beautiful and amazing and talented wife, Amy, and we're just excited to share with you today.
Good morning, everyone. Happy sunny Sunday. It's very beautiful outside.
Oh, yeah.
Scott and I have been married for 16 years. We have 3 kids. Hayden is 13, Olivia is 11, and Wyatt is 8. And we are excited to continue the series talking about leveling up our relationships today.
Yeah, and we all are in a situation where we're spending a little more time with certain people, and so it's so great to work intentionally on our relationships, not just kind of let time go by and think things will get better, but we have to put intentionality to everything in life for it to grow and to be better. And so the same with relationships. And so we're going to talk today about work relationships. We're going to talk about family, kids, marriages, with your neighbors, with a client you have, or just all the different types of relationships. And really the key to level up a relationship is to have unity. We're going to talk about unity, so to level up with unity. And there's so much power with unity. You know, we were just talking about it, and I was just thinking, like, just in history, you think about what some of the people have done, amazing things, like building the pyramids, I think of. Like, I have no idea, how did they build pyramids without modern technology, without cranes? I know it took tons of people and power. Maybe not always the best manpower, probably slave labor.
Right.
But still, when people are headed the same direction, having a goal, you can do an amazing thing, like form a nation. You think about the history of our nation, when a group of people got together with the same goal, headed the same direction, how powerful unity is. I mean, it just shows up in lots of different ways. Like some friends of ours, you wanted to share about that story.
Yeah, we have some friends that their niece was diagnosed with leukemia a few weeks ago, and having never met her, but dear friends of ours, and so we wanted to join with a community of people that was helping them and praying for them and giving to them financially. And it's just a testimony of people who don't know them personally but come together to help them out and have unity in that relationship and know that they are supported and loved, and just an opportunity to bless others.
Yeah, and she's only 6.
Yeah.
And diagnosed with leukemia. But the cool thing is, within a couple of days, like, it was a miraculous thing. Her body started to respond well and turn around, and now she's in remission, and it's only been 5 weeks.
Right.
And so that's just the power of God at work in her life.
Yeah.
And so she's got a road ahead of her that's a little different than normal 6-year-olds, but we're just thankful for the people that have rallied around her, but then also the miracle that God has done in her body. And so when we talk about the power of unity, I mean, I don't think you need to tune in today for us to tell you how powerful being unified as like right now, as we think, like, doesn't our country need some unity?
Yeah,
Doesn't our
for
state,
sure.
our county, your household, like, we all are looking for some togetherness. And here's the deal: every healthy relationship has unity as the goal.
Right.
Every healthy relationship has unity as the goal.
Right, and that's whether you're a mom, whether you're a wife, whether you're in a friendship. It's every relationship, whether you have a client that is a little harder to be unified with, or maybe a boss or a coworker. It's every relationship in our life
Right.
has to have unity as the goal.
Right. I just think it's always trying to be right is the goal.
No.
No?
No.
Because I'm usually right. I mean, 99% of the time I'm right. Right? But that's
72%.
72%.
Right.
Okay, so most of the time, But I thought that was the goal. But no, being together, being unified, moving the same direction is the goal. And why is it so tough? One of the ways it's so tough is because there's such a spiritual dynamic that's happening. Whether you're aware of it or not, maybe you're tuning in, you're not a God or Jesus person, but there is a spiritual dynamic to every single relationship. And God's desire and His prayer for us, Jesus' prayer for you and I, is for us to experience this unity that the Father, Son, and Spirit experience, and there's a spiritual dynamic that happens. And Jesus wrote, had a prayer, and then John wrote it down for us. Did you want to read that for us?
Yeah, in John 17, it says, I am in them, and you are in me. May they experience such perfect unity, that the world will know that you sent me, that you love them as much as you love me. And that's a prayer that Jesus prayed to God, and He prayed that over His followers and all the followers that were to come, that we would have unity with Him and with our relationship with Him, but then with our relationship with others also.
Yeah, and the way we interact with one another as Jesus followers, how we love each other and how we have unity, that it just talks about God so much. It just talks about how much God loves us, the character of God, how amazing God is. Because we all know this, that division in a relationship will just kill a relationship. Division equals death. That if you get two parties and they're going opposite directions, it just creates death. If you just go, oh, I do my thing and she does her thing, and then we just show up once in a while at the same house. Like it'll create division. And just even a couple of weeks ago, for us as a married couple, something had happened. Amy had said something, and I got pretty offended because I felt kind of assaulted with my character, my identity, and she wasn't even talking about that. I mean, it was a miscommunication, but I got pretty offended. And let's just say it was a pretty chilly evening. There was not a lot of communication. There was
Not a lot of unity.
No, there was definitely some division. There was some separation. I mean, it was pretty intense. And that's not what we want, but that's what we were experiencing.
Right. And when you have that division and that separation, there's just that nothing's settled in your soul, and you just feel it. And that's how the evening kind of went for us, at least for me personally. I didn't feel like I could connect with Scott. I didn't feel like we had, I could even like kind of look at him because he was really bugging me that he wouldn't open up and share. And so we kind of just let that, I just kind of let that sit and let that simmer. And the next morning really felt like Jesus was telling me, like, this is not the way I want you to live. This is not the way that relationship is supposed to work. And you need to do the hard work, because it is hard work, to be unified in your relationship. And so you need to bring it up. And I was like, nah, I don't want to bring it up. That's too hard. He's the guy. He can bring it up because he's big and strong and
right. And I was just ignoring God. He was telling me to bring it up too, but anyways, yeah, it was a whole great thing.
Right. And so
it was just slowly killing the relationship.
Right. Because it just leads to death, and it leads to that, and you continue to have that unsettled spirit, and that division just keeps separating and separating and separating. And then until you stop it, you have to determine in your heart and in your mind that the enemy's not going to win. The enemy is not going to divide us. He's not going to take that and use it for evil. We're going to use it for good.
Because we said, I do to each other till death parts us, and we're going to stick together, and there's not an option to separate. So
even in those frustrating moments.
So we talked it out and worked it out, and that was our desire, but that's also God's desire, that there would be no division in the family of God. That 1 Corinthians 12 says that God's heart desires there's no division. And we've all experienced this. You've experienced it at a workplace where you just have team members that are going other directions, separate directions, and maybe a boss where you just couldn't ever get on the same page. And you're like, the company was great. I love to work. I just couldn't get together with the boss or an employee or a coworker, and you just moved along to another organization. And so we know how division brings death. We've all experienced it in many different ways. But the other reality is that unity brings life.
Yeah.
That when you get together with somebody go in the same direction, how life-giving it is, how you're not trying to necessarily always have to manufacture energy in a relationship. You're just like, we're going this direction together, and it's powerful and it's life-giving, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and there's a peace and joy when you're on the same page.
Right.
It's so peaceful, and you can find joy in the presence of somebody else, in the presence of your friend, in the presence of your coworker, when you have that unity and you're striving for the same thing. Yeah,
it's so powerful. When we first got together, obviously we were dating to get to know one another. Then we got married, and we would go on regular dates, and we'd have date nights whenever. Because we didn't have kids, weekends or an evening. You could start a movie at like 9 o'clock at night because you're young, and you didn't have like kids to deal with. And then we had kids, which are wonderful and beautiful. But then they kind of throw a little bit of a wrench in the schedule, and it's hard to get together. And we're both quality time people. We like to spend quality time together, and so we would hear about people having regular date nights, like weekly date nights.
Yeah, right.
Like,
now
how is that?
Little kids,
right? Do you guys have kids? Like, people with multiple kids would have regular. We're like, that's impossible. You can't have date nights, And we would have one once every other month or whatever. And like, you got babies. If a kid goes to sleep, you're thinking, as a new parent, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to go to sleep now because I need some sleep. I'm
Because in 2
tired.
hours, they're going to be up, and I'm going to have to get up with them. And
Yeah.
that vicious cycle. If I've got 2 hours, sorry, I'm going to go sleep instead of spend time
Right,
with
we're
you.
just kind of surviving. But
Yeah.
we kept hearing about it, and those are the people we wanted to be. We
Yeah.
wanted to be regular date night people, and we just thought, because that was life-giving to us. And
Right.
we would just go too long without spending some quality time together. And so last winter, our kids were in basketball and doing, they had practice and then games. And so it was like every Thursday night we had back-to-back practices. We'd already blocked out that time. We were already busy. I was coaching the teams, helping coach, and so we were busy. And then like halfway through the season, I thought, we're making all this effort for basketball, which is fun, and we enjoy that, and that's part of our life as well. Why don't we just take, once Thursday night practice ends, why don't we just keep blocking that time out and make Thursday date nights to have unity, to have life together? And we just said, sure, why not do that? And
Right.
so we just said every Thursday night's date night. We're just going to block it out. It's literally on my calendar. It dings at 5:45. It gives me a 15-minute reminder. Hey, 6 o'clock, date night
Don't
on
forget.
Thursday nights. Don't forget. And we just were trying to keep it real basic and real simple.
Right.
I
Because
mean,
you don't want to go out and spend money every week, because that gets expensive, and then you kind of run out of
it makes it
places
not
to
doable
go.
for us.
Yeah, it makes it not doable for us, and then we get frustrated and we won't even do it. So we wanted to make it something that, or we knew that we needed to make it something that would be fun, and so we kind of had these little rules about date night. Like we would do one that didn't cost us anything, so we would go for a hike together or a walk.
we could spend
or,
no money. Besides gas, we could spend gas.
or a bike ride. We did
Yeah.
that. One of the ones that has stuck out in my head recently, we did. We just went to the store, grabbed some treats out of the bakery area, and went to Coeur d'Alene Lake and watched the sunset. We just sat along the trail, parked the car, ate our treats, talked, and it was just a great time for us to have unity in our relationship, talk about stuff, talk about things that are happening, especially with spending so much time at home together and everybody being together. Right now, it's hard to make date night a priority because we see each other all the time, but
we still are.
But we still are, because
Yep.
we know that getting away and just the two of us is so important.
Yeah, and our kids are a little bit older, and so we can be gone whether it's just an hour or an hour and a half or 2 hours, and
Right.
just spend some time together, make it a priority. It doesn't have to be this big elaborate thing that we're trying to, create a scene or spend a bunch of money to post on social
Right.
media or
Right.
make a big fanfare about.
Well,
Just
sometimes we, get dressed up and go out
absolutely
to dinner, but
absolutely.
not every time.
But not every time. Because here's the thing, maybe you're hearing us talk about that, and you're like, oh, that's the kind of people we want to be. Maybe we should be like them. Unity does not mean uniformity.
Right.
If you hear nothing else today, to be unified as a couple, as a place of employment, as a team, as a country, as a nation, doesn't mean to have uniformity. Okay, for example, if Amy and I were to go on a date night with another couple, and we hang out with them, and let's say the other wife was just great at dinner conversations and, could carry on conversation, bring up interesting stories, and then we're driving home, and I'm like, babe, that was so fun to hang out with them. I wish you could be like so-and-so's wife. Like, how well would that go?
Not well at all.
Like, you want to talk about building some unity in our
Right?
relationship.
You're sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, I'm unified
Maybe
with the
out in the
dog
van.
downstairs on his bed. Like, we'd be hanging out. That doesn't bring unity. If we're trying to create uniformity where everybody acts the same, everybody talks the same, everybody believes the same. With kids, like we have 3 kids, 3 different kids.
Very different kids.
Yeah. And so our approach with them is different.
And it has to be different because they're not all going to be the same. God created them very different from each other, which I'm super glad that he did, because it has grown us in the way that we parent and the way that we respond to them in relationship. And I wouldn't want them all to be the same, because there's no uniqueness in them being the same. And I want them to be unique and use the gifts that God's given them for that.
Yeah.
Because you got to be you, because everyone else is taken. So you got to be you and your unique gift.
Right. I mean, try this at your workplace. If you get a new employee, we get back reopening, people are hiring, and with the new employee, all you need to do is just talk about how the other old employee that they took over for would do it this way, that way, and we're so much better at it. Like, try that. Like, that doesn't bring
No,
unity
that-
on a
yeah.
team.
Right.
When we think about unity, we need to have uniformity. We don't.
Right.
So to think, well, to get through the reopening of our states and our country, to get through this pandemic, everybody needs to have the exact same response that I do to the reopening. That's not going to create unity.
Right.
So unity is not uniformity. So how a relationship works with extended family and your work environment, with a relationship, with a marriage, your dating relationship. But unity comes through uniqueness. It comes through embracing the uniqueness that God has put in other people, how God has gifted them, created them. Unity comes through just encouraging that uniqueness and highlighting it and not being afraid for someone to outshine. If you're like, oh, man, they're so talented in that area and I'm not. And so I'd want to maybe squash them a little bit, not have their uniqueness comes out because of my insecurity would rise up and go, well, they seem better at that than me, and I wouldn't want them to take over any of the limelight or shine in that way. But God has designed us each uniquely so that we could bring what we can bring to the environment, whether it's a family or a workplace, whatever it may be.
Right, and we're going to look at 1 Corinthians 12, and it says, but in fact, God has placed the parts in the body, every one of them, just as he wanted them to be. If they were all one part, where would the body be? So God has placed in us different gifts, because if we were all the same and all doing the same thing, then what a boring world it would be.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have those unique ways we serve each other. If we all served God the same way, it would be incomplete. We would be lacking in so many different ways. And so how you serve God and how you serve people is different than how I serve God and how I serve people. But yet we have unity because the goal is to serve God and to love him and to love people. And so we're unified that there's one family of God, but we all have these different parts. And so, like for Amy and I, when we sit down and her uniqueness and my uniqueness show up, like it's complementary and it helps us be more of a complete family unit in the sense of, like when we sit down to do a budget every month and we look at life, I'm more of a nerd and more of a saver and more of a long-term thinker. And what's your
I like
bet?
to have a little more fun with the money and be a little more free-spirited.
Yeah.
So we got to loosen up those purse strings just a little bit.
Right. So it's called us having a life together. So
Right.
This is great. We have fun. We
Or it
go
would
and
get
do
really
things.
boring.
Yeah, absolutely. If it was just me, it would be like save up for a long time and buy one big thing.
Yeah.
But so we work together, and if we don't have that people showing up with your uniqueness, we're not going to have unity. And so anytime, anywhere where you're thinking you feel separated from a group because you think, oh, my work team, well, they all seem to share fun on the weekends. They seem to like the same things, talk about the same way, have the same view of on a certain thing. I just don't fit, so therefore I'm going to separate out. It creates division there. Anytime in a family group where you're like, oh, I'm the black sheep of the family.
Yeah.
Like, and maybe you've been labeled the black sheep of the family. Somehow you're separate. Like, everybody else is the same. Everybody else is, thinks the same, believes the same, has the same values, everything in your family, and you're the one oddball out. And God would say, no, I placed you just where I wanted you to be. I created you just like I wanted you to be created. I gave you unique giftedness, a calling, a purpose that is for you. And when you don't live into that, the world misses out on it. The people around you miss out on it. And so in God's family, there's no black sheep. There's no oddballs. There's no separation. There's no people on the outside. And then there's the people that are all like each other. There's everybody who is unique and different and bringing their part, in us all working for the same goal, to love God and love the people around us. There's one God, there's one family, and we all have these different parts. Because again, if we all acted the same, talked the same, believed the same, it would be boring, and it wouldn't serve people well. It wouldn't serve our communities.
Yeah.
And so as we're wrapping up here today, we just wanted to end with Paul as his encouragement to each and every one of us with this unity, plus all the stuff we've been talking about relationship-wise with Level Up. He says this in Ephesians 4, verse 1. He says, I urge you to live a life worthy of the calling you have received.
Yeah.
Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient. Maybe just write those down somewhere, like those 3 words, sticky note.
Right.
Maybe wherever in your relationship environment, maybe on the fridge or your dashboard or your station at work or on your computer screen now as you have a Zoom call or you're sending emails to work people, you're like, okay, I'm going to be humble and gentle and patient as I am typing this email to my coworkers.
Yeah.
Bearing with one another in love. And then verse 3, make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. Like, make every effort.
Every effort.
Which sounds like a lot.
Sometimes it is.
Right?
But it's worth it.
Absolutely. Think back to the night we had a couple weeks ago. It's not the way we want to live. We want to make every effort to level up our relationship, work through those things, and to have unity as the goal for us as a married couple, as a family, as the family of God, that we would make every effort. And so a lot of the times when it talks about making every effort, the easy stuff is easy. That's why we call it the easy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, babe, you look great today.
Oh, thanks.
You curled your hair today.
I did.
So wonderful.
Got dressed.
Yeah, you were brave and courageous to jump on the live stream with me
Yes.
and share with people. It's the easy stuff. But to make every effort, I think of a lot of times, it's just to talk about and bring up the hard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so we wanted to leave you with a question today that you could talk about it with maybe a coworker, maybe with a neighbor, extended family member, or someone in your own household, that you would be able to have this conversation around unity and having the unity as the goal of a relationship. So something like this, it says, hey, I want to have unity between us. So state that as your goal. Like, hey, I want us to be together on the same page. But has, fill in the blank, been causing some separation? Because obviously you're bringing it up. Maybe you're feeling that. So if you're at work and you're like, hey, can I, with maybe a coworker or your manager, say, hey, can I talk to you for a couple minutes? Because I want to have unity between us, but I feel like this project that we're working on has been causing some separation between us. Do you feel that? And for me, I think that's Paul's words to say, make every effort.
Right.
Make every effort. And you did that, you brought it up. You're like, hey, this is obvious. It was there was no mystery in our household.
No mystery.
There was tension and there was conflict, but you made every effort to bring it up and say, hey.
Humbly and in peace.
Yeah, patient with each other, gently, humbly, bearing with one another in love.
Yeah.
Let's have unity as the goal. And as we reopen our churches and our state and our businesses, that we would have unity as the goal, that we would bear with one another in love, the love of Christ that dwells inside of us. Because as Christ followers, we're the most powerful people on the planet because we have the Spirit of God living in us and dwelling in us. So let's lead with that power of love and humility and gentleness and patience with one another and have unity as the goal as we move forward for your marriage, your household, with your kids, your workplace, and our country. So would you join me in prayer as we pray along those lines? Jesus, we're just grateful that you humbled yourself and you came and you died for us so that we could be unified with you and the Father and the Spirit, that you made a way for us to be in relationship with you. And God, that we don't take that for granted, or we don't think that it was because of our own efforts or our own spiritual acts, but it was all because of you, Jesus. And so we humble ourselves before you. And we ask that, God, that we would be able to have unity as the goal, your heart's desire for us to be one like you guys are one, and that we would be together as we go about our daily lives, as our relationships, our households, our workplaces. God, that as a country, as a county, as a nation, that we would be able to open up business and open up life again, having unity as the goal, and that this would not create division among us, and that as your followers, that we would lead the way because your Spirit is empowering us to do the good things you've called us to do. And God, we just recognize you give us all the strength and the power and the wisdom to do this, and we're grateful for that. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Well, thanks for tuning in. We're not done yet. We're going to have a ton of fun together. We love to have fun together. That's part of our relationship. We're always laughing, and it's always good that you laugh at my bad jokes, and you allow me to have a bad mustache for 2 days. So this is great. We want to tune in. We're going to play a game, and we're going to go worldwide with it. So let's do it now.
Bring him on in. Are you ready? Excuse me. Do I
Well, everybody, we're going to play a new game called Do I Know You, and we're going to have some fun. We got some special guests today. Some you may know, some you may not know. I got my special game show host coat on, and I just got to be honest, I've always wanted to be a host of a TV show, so we're going to have some fun today, and so just kind of lean into me a little bit. Hopefully we have a little bit of fun, but we got some special guests up here today. We have twin brothers for our first contestants, and one of them you know well. His name is Kyle. If you didn't know, Kyle has a twin, and his name is Bryce Kingsley. Welcome, Bryce and Kyle. How you guys doing today?
Doing well, and you?
I am great. Kyle, how are you?
I'm just doing fantastic.
Okay, let's just be honest. Kyle's in the building, but we can only put him on the screen this way, so he's in
I'm in a
other
new location.
So, hey, so if you don't know, Bryce is Kyle's twin, and this is really cool. Bryce lives in Belgium, and so he is zooming in from Belgium. Tell us a little bit about, it's Belgium, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about Belgium and coronavirus and what you guys got going on over there.
Yeah, over here, we're still in lockdown and confinement, as they call it here in French. And yeah, I mean, it's been like that for now, I think 4 weeks, 5 weeks, something like that. We're a couple weeks in front of where you guys are. So yeah, I've been working from home for about 5 or 6 weeks now. So only leaving to get groceries. So it's a little bit crazy, but I could live at home forever. I could stay here. So.
Oh, so you're a home guy. Are they letting you out soon?
They're not. They're letting us out. I mean, we can go to for essentials like groceries, things like that. We can still go for a walk when it's nice, when it's not raining. But yeah, it's all right. But yeah, I mean, I go out for groceries, and otherwise, I'm in front of Netflix and on the Xbox. You know, so.
Wow, that's crazy. That's great. What time is it in Belgium right now?
It's almost 8 o'clock in the evening.
Almost 8 o'clock. All right, cool. Well, we're going to have some fun all across the world. That's pretty cool. We're going to hang out with Bryce and Kyle. So we're going to ask Bryce some questions about Kyle, and we're going to ask Kyle some questions about Bryce, but we're going to have some fun with you at home. So we want you guys to know if you know them well. Many of you don't know Bryce, but we'll just pretend like we do. So we're going to ask some questions, and they're going to try to get it. And then we have 2 other teams of contestants, and we're all going to win, and there is no prizes, but we're going to have some fun. And Scott is over there going to help me on Facebook, seeing what's going on. I got YouTube here if you guys want to shout out some answers. So, Bryce and Kyle, how confident are you guys that you know each other well? Kyle, how well do you know Bryce?
I feel like I know him pretty well, but I'm bad at these types of games, so I'm not setting the bar too high. I mean, like, if I got 50%, I'd be pretty happy. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, Bryce, what about you?
I know him as if he's my twin, so basically not as well. I mean, maybe the distance between us, maybe the time we haven't seen each other, maybe a little bit rusty, but yeah, somewhere in Kyle's neighborhood there, about 40% maybe is what I'm guessing.
All right, so Kyle is smarter than Bryce is what I'm hearing. Okay, here's question number 1. Bryce, this is to you, Bryce, about Kyle. Okay, here's question number 1. If Kyle was giving a TED Talk, what topic would you, Bryce, automatically assume that he would be speaking on, other than Jesus or Christianity or faith? Sorry.
What?
Sorry, Kyle.
That's like how? Come on, that's the easy answer.
No. Craig, help me add that in there. Other than Jesus.
Come on.
Or Christianity. Okay. If Kyle was giving a TED Talk, what topic would you automatically assume he would be talking on? So Kyle is going to write his answer down in the next few seconds here. And I already have an answer. I already know what you're going to put because I know you well enough. But so we want to hear from you online. What do you guys think? What do you think if Kyle was giving a TED Talk? What topic would Bryce automatically assume that he would be speaking on? If you don't know what a TED Talk is, it's basically a glorified speech that they air all over the internet, right? Did I do that well, Scott?
Yeah, we've got a lot of golf, basketball, music, mentoring youth, gaming, like video games. Michael Jordan. TED Talk, Michael Jordan. That'd be real relevant right now. We've got a lot of golfs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got a lot of golfing.
Carl Landris says here, how men look so much better with beards?
Oh.
Or caterpillars on their lips.
That's
Someone
true.
said earlier about Scott's caterpillar on his lip.
I got the message too late. I shaved right before.
Oh, man.
Bryce, can you grow a beard as well as Kyle? Like
Not at all.
and
I mean,
veered off?
I can get a couple of weeks in that it looks all right, and it's just too patchy. So
It's good. It's just not Kyle good. I mean, it's still
not
pretty
Kyle.
good though.
All right, Bryce, let's talk about your answer here, right? Okay, so if he was giving a TED Talk, what topic would it be, Kyle? Or Bryce, about Kyle?
I was thinking either the gym or golf, and I'm going to go with golf.
Golf. What'd you write down, Kyle?
I did write down golf. I don't know if you can see that. There
Yeah,
it is.
there we can.
golf.
Hey, there's a match.
Look
Give
at all
it
them
up.
golf winners.
1
High five,
point
high
each.
five.
Someone's got to keep track of points here in the room, okay? All right, Kyle, we're moving. There's a virtual high five. Kyle, we're moving on to you, okay? Kyle,
Okay.
if Bryce won the lottery, what is the first thing he would buy? If Bryce won the lottery, what is the first thing he would buy?
Tim on the internet said, this is to the last question.
Yeah, okay.
So it probably wouldn't mess up this question, but it might be Gucci clothes. Gucci.
Oh, that's what his topic would be on?
Yeah, Gucci clothes.
Maybe-
I'm not sure. That seems
Tim?
like a cut
That was
right
Tim?
there, which I'm.
Tim may be
I'm
reading into the
for.
future a little bit
I
there.
like that. I don't think Bryce is going Gucci clothes as the first purchase.
Yeah, all right.
It may
Well-
work
I don't know.
itself into the,
Yeah, I don't know what
the thing after a while, you know. But
So, Bryce, did you write something down?
I got it.
Okay, all right, we're locked in there. Are you thinking hard there, Kyle? What if he won the lottery? What is one thing he would buy? The internet's a little slow here for me. Hey, Jerry Cantors believes in you guys. Jerry Cantor says a plane ticket to see Kyle.
Oh yeah, he's gonna come see me.
Everybody laughs.
Number
Ain't
4.
happening today.
Yeah.
Ain't
That's
happening
definitely
today.
not even top 3.
Not even top 3. Probably not even top 10. Jim Oxley wants to know if I'm wearing leggings. Nope, these are real deal legs, baby. All the way. All the way. All right, let's see if
Okay.
we have a match. Let's
I got
see.
this. I got
What?
this.
You got this? Okay, Kyle,
Yeah.
if you won the lottery, what's the first thing he would buy?
He's gonna buy more guitars, plural.
More
lots of guitars.
guitars.
I didn't have enough room for
Are
the
you
S.
kidding me? No way! Wow. Impressive, impressive. Okay, back to Bryce, okay? Hey, okay, this is a fun one. If Kyle, Bryce, was a Marvel superhero, which one would he, Kyle, say that he is? If Kyle was a Marvel superhero, which one would Kyle say that he is most like? I'm not much of a Marvel guy. I like Marvel, I just don't watch them, but I don't even know all the Marvel characters.
Nerd.
So what?
Kyle is a Marvel nerd. He is up on the details, so this
Okay.
is a pretty pressure cooker question.
So Kyle's gonna write something, right? This is to Bryce, right?
Marvel.
Yeah. So Bryce is answering this. So Kyle's got to write something down. What do we got online? Lori stepped it up and said, Bryce, you would buy your own jet so you could come and fly and see Kyle. I kind of feel like
Jets
you
are
wouldn't
expensive.
fly to see Kyle like till
That's a
3
lot of
years
lottery
in.
money.
But
I mean, it's like first thing, right? I mean, guitars are inexpensive. I could buy like $1 billion if I went on the lottery. Jet, that's a big purchase. I mean, that's not the first one.
So Jeff. All right, so Jeff Pogue thinks you. He wants to know if Groot is a Marvel character, and yeah, he is a Marvel character. So Jeff thinks you would be Groot, Kyle. Iron Man, Lori, Wolverine. Is that a Marvel character?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think they're going
Marvel.
hair. You know, the Wolverine.
Hair,
There's a hair
Wolverine.
right there.
Yeah. Kyle, are you locked in?
Yes.
You've had a long time already.
It's so
I
tough
know.
because
Sorry,
he
it's
loves
hard.
them all.
I could go with a few on this one.
Okay. All right, Bryce, what do you got? I gave you a few. Iron Man, Groot, Wolverine, question mark, Gordon says. So what do you got, Bryce?
I'm going to go with Captain America.
Captain
see,
America.
I
it's not a
figured he
hit.
was gonna go America. I should have done that. I knew it. I went with Thor. I feel like I would.
Oh,
know,
Craig
yeah.
got it in here.
Uh,
Craig got it in here. Oh,
but
man.
I thought I knew I should have went. I'm like Bryce is gonna say Captain America because it's America.
That's great.
So
Michelle
that's-
Oxley, you said
that's my bad.
Ant-Man. That's my favorite one. It's one of the only ones I've seen, but I like it a lot. I like Ant-Man. So, okay, all right. Kyle, another question here, all right? So, Kyle, Bryce gets to be in any band he wants, past or present. Band. We're not talking like a single person. A band. He gets to be in any band. Who's he going on stage with?
Plus, we got a new addition here, Bryce. You got a teammate.
Yo,
We do.
Is that your son?
somebody.
Got a helper here.
Let's go, Mike.
What's your name, bud? Kyle? You see Kyle up there?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Who do you got there, Bryce?
This is Charles. My little assistant Charles.
Hi, Charles.
Charles.
And Henry's probably floating around somewhere too.
Oh, there's Henry.
Oh,
What's up,
Henry.
Henry?
Hey!
Hey. All right. Okay. So I asked that question to Kyle. So Bryce, you're writing something down, right?
You got it,
You're
yeah.
going to be in any band you want. Who you're going to go on stage with? Jerry Cantor says Beach Boys. That's a great pick right there. The Beach Boys. I like the beat. You got any answers over there?
Beatles, Metallica, Rush.
Rush.
Those three are pretty good.
Those are really good bands. Those are really good bands. All right, Kyle. If he can go on any, he can go on stage with anybody. Who's he picking? What are you gonna say?
Death Cab for Cutie.
Death Cab for Cutie. Hey, that's pretty good. Out of a lot of bands, you know your brother pretty well.
Oh my goodness,
You
that,
know your brother
easy.
pretty
That was
well.
an easy one.
amazing.
So what do they got? 3? They got 3 because the only one that missed it was Kyle, or no? Bryce missed it. Okay, so rapid fire here, really quick.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Kyle, you're first, okay? These are questions about Bryce. Bryce, you give him thumbs up or thumbs down, okay? First thing that comes to your mind, don't overthink it, all right? Bryce's
Okay.
favorite sports team.
Chicago Bulls.
Let's go!
Oh man.
What is it, Bryce?
Man, come on.
We were talking about MJ earlier. I got it in my head.
What is it, Bryce?
Seahawks, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, so Childs, let's go Henry's child's middle name. What's Henry's middle name?
Henry's middle name is Kyle, obviously.
Hey, there you go. Bryce's favorite TV show.
Black Mirror.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay, Bryce, here we go. Kyle's height. How tall is
What's
Kyle?
that?
How tall am I?
How tall is Kyle? 6'1".
6'1".
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Okay, what's his favorite sport?
What's Kyle's favorite sport? Football. American football.
We just did it. Golf was the earlier question.
Well, maybe spectator sport. I don't know. I don't know what
All
you're
right,
doing.
all right.
Okay.
Which one is his favorite parent?
Go! Football!
Kyle's
Okay,
favorite.
What?
Favorite parent.
Football!
You don't have to answer that. You don't have to.
Anything
Sorry.
when you get caught.
Give me, Bryce. Give me his favorite ice cream.
Okay, it's
We're getting overrun.
we love our children.
One more question, Bryce. Give me his favorite ice cream.
Kyle's favorite ice cream? Oh, I don't know. Chocolate peanut butter?
No.
What's your favorite ice cream, Kyle?
I mean, yeah, I like lots of stuff. Like Americone Dream is my favorite from Ben and Jerry's. Shout out to Ben and Jerry's. But it's
Don't
got to
even
be
know what
something
that
with lots of stuff in it. I don't like chocolate ice cream, so that's wrong.
All right. Well, hey, Kyle and Bryce, thanks for joining us on Do I Know You? Give a virtual high five. You guys are the best. All right, we're gonna
I
have some
felt like
fun
we
with
did
some
pretty good.
in-house.
We did better than I thought.
Yeah.
All right.
That was
All right. Well, we're gonna have some fun with some in-house people. We got Scott
Thanks,
and
Bryce.
Amy in
You
the
did it.
house. We're gonna see how well they know each other. You guys gonna stay over there?
Yeah, we'll be over here.
Okay, you stay over there.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
He's got
So
chairs
here
over
we
there.
go. Scott
I don't know which one.
and Amy.
Hey, there we are.
How you guys doing over there?
Oh,
Good.
great.
What's your confidence level on these questions?
I feel like you're gonna throw some curveballs.
Right.
So I'm like 60%.
That's
Those
the
were
goal.
definitely different questions than I thought they would be.
Okay, good. Good. That's the goal. Okay, Scott, this is for you first. You're going to
Okay.
go first. Amy gets to hang out for a day with any celebrity. Who's she hanging out with? Alive. Any alive celebrity. You get to hang out with anybody, any celebrity, any big name person. Like, it could be like a
Could be smaller. It could be maybe not as well known.
celebrity. You define
Celebrity, yeah.
celebrity as you two may
'cause
do
I
that
have-
together.
I have a first thought, and then
So you write something down. All right, so everybody who knows Amy or doesn't know Amy wants to take a guess. What's a celebrity that Amy would like to hang out with if she gets to hang out with them for a full day? So you have to put up with them for a full day too.
yeah, you could do anything you want with them that day or whatever.
Yep.
I got an answer.
Like, what
Yep.
type of celebrity level are we going?
Hey, whatever you mean by the word celebrity.
Yeah, we choose.
You get that. You get that. Gordon says Ben Starkey. She's gonna hang out with me.
Ben Starkey. Are you an?
Am I?
Marvel?
Is that a different person?
You're
Starkey?
a Marvel character.
I'm a Marvel.
Dude, that was
I do.
that was great. The nephews jumped on with the
Yeah.
Zoom. And then it turned into one of those like internet meme zooms where you just get over around and like, babe,
Totally.
kids. You
Got to make sure we give a shout out to Bryce again somehow and say
thanks,
thank you so
Bryce,
much for that.
Jumping in.
Thank you so much for that. I'm not getting a lot on the internet, so that's fine. You got anything over there? Are you not looking? Because somebody else jumped on Facebook. Kyle, you got anything? No? All right, let's just go with it. You got something written down? So what?
Yeah, it's hard though.
It's not supposed to be easy.
Okay, I had.
What do you got? What do you got,
two?
Amy?
You only wrote one.
I know I erased it and then I wrote a new one.
Okay, well, what do you got?
I would do Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan.
Because I think it would be
Scott,
fun.
what do you got?
See, I went real narrow because I thought you said define celebrity, so I went with Lindsey Corbin, who's a professional triathlete.
But see, not a lot of people would
I
know
know,
that,
but
so
it's
I
not
didn't
about
go with them.
everybody else. It's about
because
what you would write.
There you go.
I would for sure.
Which one would you take? I'm just curious.
I would for sure take Lindsey Corbin.
Still not right. It's not a match, just so you know.
I feel
All right,
like
Amy.
I get half a point.
But
All right,
it would be
Amy.
fun.
This is for
Anybody
you,
would
okay?
be fun.
Amy, it's Scott's birthday.
Okay.
He gets a $1,000 Amazon gift card.
Oh yeah, I like
Oh
this.
my goodness.
He can order one thing. What's he get?
One thing.
He has a $1,000 Amazon gift card. Lori Douglas said on the last answer. Lori Douglas said Lisa Turkhurst. How do you say her last name?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
There you go. If you're having fun at home, just comment that you're having fun. It's hard to read you back
Amazon
home.
gift card.
So you have $1,000 Amazon, one item.
Okay.
One item.
One item. Did you write something down, Scott?
I'm right here,
Yeah.
locked in. I'm good. I got it.
All right, you got it? You good, Scott?
Yep.
All right, so Jeff Pogue says razor blades, please.
Razor blade. That is like a pallet of razor blades.
I'm just going to be honest for a minute, Scott.
So great.
And Amy, like when people were listening to the message, the first 5 minutes, no one could listen to it. Everybody
know.
was chatting
It's
about the
great.
mustache
The
or the
mustache.
caterpillar or the
Right?
whatever it is.
Hey.
So
But it obviously couldn't be shaved because there's a problem with shaving it in one day. I don't know.
yeah, you got me on that.
I don't
So-
understand it.
So Carl says a bike, clothing kit. I'm not sure what that is. Carl, good answer. Football. Darren says kayak. We got a bike. So a little triathlete stuff. All right, we got an answer over there. Everybody written down?
Do I
Yeah.
do mine first?
Yeah. Well, no,
Oh.
wait. So, no, why don't you say it? New bike.
I wrote a new bike.
I said
Wow.
a new road bike.
Oh, there
New
you
road
go.
bike. Yeah.
New road
you
bike.
know it.
All right. there's a-
You know it for sure.
All right. Okay, Scott, back to you. All right. So, Scott, Amy has to go back to high school for a day.
Oh, Lordy.
What is the class or the subject she will dread the most?
Okay.
Amy has to go back to high school for a day. What's the subject she would dread the most? The one that she would hate the most. Shout out in the comments like which subject you would hate the most if you had to go back to high school. I think for me it would probably be gym class was really good for me because I'm a born athlete. Music class was great because I'm a musician. Man, high school was I think all of it would suck. I don't want to go back to high school, period. So I'm in. Lois says history. Jerry says history. What do you guys think? What's a subject you would hate to go back to school? Scott, are you confident you know this one, Scott?
I'm feeling like 80%.
80%.
I feel pretty
You're
good
not
about
going to
it.
get it.
Amy,
I'm not going to get it?
No,
Oh,
he's
wow.
not going to get it.
Amy, I was
Oh,
going to say, you're
rats.
not confident that he's not going to get it?
No, yeah, he's not going to get this.
Okay,
Really?
Amy.
He's going to think it's something, but it's something different.
Well, then I feel like we got it. I mean, if the goal is to be together.
All right,
sounds
so
like
Amy,
we
tell us first,
nailed
what
it.
do you think he's going to say that's the wrong answer?
He's going to say math because I do not like math class
Okay.
at all.
So, Scott, so that's what you think. That's not what you wrote down because it's not the truth.
Don't
erase
that.
it.
Don't
What?
even.
Wait, show us what you got, Scott. Show us what you got.
I wrote math.
IQ can't see that very
can't
well,
even
but
see it.
math.
It's worse. It's
There it
real
goes.
blurry.
There it
And
goes.
and then real small, I wrote or French.
Or French. What do you?
Oh!
French class.
I
'Cause
see what you did there.
I did second.
What do you got, Amy? French. Oh man. Wait, she wrote it all.
French and all
Math,
of them.
Science, art.
All
oh,
of
man.
them.
Come on,
Oh,
we
man.
both had math and French on the whiteboard. That's 2 points.
That's not 2 points.
Yes,
that's
it
1
is.
point.
That's 2
1 point.
points.
That's there
Can
you
we get
go.
him?
Pretty
Come on. Can we
pretty
get
pretty
him?
darn amazing.
2
All right,
points?
Amy.
Yeah.
Amy, all right, here we go, Amy. Scott can hang out with any person from past history for a day. Who would he hang with? So past. So they are passed away. They are dead. They're not alive.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
the past history. You can hang out with one person from the past history.
This one's tough.
No, it's easy.
Is it?
Yeah, this is easy.
Well,
because
if
mine's
it's
the
not
right
easy
answer.
for Scott, then it's probably
Oh, I mean, you're picking just one.
you're picking just
there's a
one,
lot of
just one
people.
person from the past. So shout out in the comments who you would hang out with, or maybe who you think Scott would hang out with in the past for one day. They get to hang out with them. And we got one more guest after this. You're gonna like the last one. We're gonna finish off with the big finale. So if you're leaving, don't leave just yet. Lois said Jesus. Yeah.
Jesus.
Facebook is saying a
That's
lot
good,
of
that's
Jesus.
good.
I think you're giving Scott too much credit. I should have said other than Jesus, but
Yeah.
I actually wrote other than Jesus. But
Jesus
I didn't.
isn't dead, and we hang out every day.
Okay.
That was the Jesus juice.
Scott,
right there.
way too much. Way too much. Way too much. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. It's like it's a church live streaming or something.
Amen. Amen.
This is great. This is great. All right, we got an answer over there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, what do you got, Amy?
Uncle Dale.
Uncle Dale.
What do you got, babe?
Wow.
Uncle Dale.
Man, it's like they're married or
Dale.
something. Nice job, guys. I
Like
don't
we
know how
know
many points
each
you
other.
have.
Yes.
Points don't matter. Okay, Scott, rapid fire for Amy. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready for this? Okay. Latest she would sleep in.
8:30.
Thumbs up or down, Amy. All right. Are you just making points, or is that what you thought in your head?
No, I'm not a
No.
real sleeper inner person.
Okay. All right.
That would be really sleeping in.
Scott, what's Amy's most prized possession? Not people. Thing. What's her most prized possession?
Her bicycle.
What do you got, Amy? You cheater. That's what I think. All right.
We're
What's her favorite ice cream?
I feel like I failed since I stalled so long. Favorite ice cream?
Yeah.
Mint chocolate chip?
No.
I know it's not that.
Oh,
It's
good.
chocolate
Okay.
peanut butter.
Chocolate peanut butter.
Chocolate peanut
Oh,
butter.
man.
Chocolate
Wow.
peanut butter. All right, Amy, rapid
Rats.
fire. Scott's most hated food. Most hated food.
Any casserole. Casserole-y things.
Casserole. All
Yeah.
right. All right. What's his most prized possession?
His bike.
Yeah. What's up there?
What else would it be?
All right, Amy, what's Scott's favorite tool in the garage?
Oh man.
Favorite tool in the garage. Don't look at him.
Right.
Rapid fire.
His table saw.
Yep.
His table saw.
Yep.
Yeah,
Really?
he really
Table
likes
saw.
his table saw.
Table
If
saw.
you need anything split down the middle, he's got you covered.
Split it. We call it ripping, but she always is like,
Okay.
"Can you cut it this?" And then it's like way like this.
Split it down the middle for me.
Split it down the middle. Can you? If I draw a line, can you cut that? It's usually how it goes.
All right. Hey, we got one more guest, so if you're hanging out with us, they are figuring out the high five world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the screen, Miss Cindy Langhans and Miss Sue Walker. At home, clap and give it up for them. You are all super jacked for this. Are you guys ready for this? Now that I don't know if you've heard the questions, if you were listening at all. Are you guys nervous or excited?
Oh, we're good.
We're good.
Good? How
Yes.
confident are you that you're gonna that you can get more, that you can get them all right? Maybe.
Oh yeah, we're confident. We're confident, Cindy. Come on.
Oh, yes.
All right. So talk
75,
about
75.
75. Okay, Cindy. How long have you guys known each other? Best friends? Maybe.
20 years, and then probably worked together 18.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Sue, we're gonna put you first. All right.
Okay.
All right. So Sue, it's noon. Okay. Cindy is taking you out for lunch, and Cindy gets to choose where you're going. What's she picking?
Got it.
It's noon. Cindy gets to choose where she's buying, but she's taking you out, which probably happens a lot, right?
It does.
Cindy grins her teeth like, I probably should do more. Yeah? Okay.
Well, we have several places. That's hard. I have to write it.
But it
Yeah,
has to
no,
be
you
the
don't have to
place-
write it.
no,
You just
I
keep it in
have
your
to
head.
write it.
Cindy or
You
Sue,
don't have
you
to
write it. You write it. And then Cindy, you'll say it here in a second. A couple people saying, Gordon says Applebee's. Jeff Polk says Mod Pizza.
We got Red Robin, Panera.
Yeah. So Lois Cantor says Lighthouse. Is that a place? The Lighthouse?
Sure.
Sure, she says. All right. So Cindy, you're buying Sue lunch. Where are you taking her?
Well, We do couple places. I'm gonna say Cafe Rio.
Cafe Rio. What do you got, Sue?
Or it's
Oh,
Panera.
no.
It is Panera.
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 Because that's
Those
where
are the-
you would go.
But you like to go to Rio because your family doesn't eat Mexican.
Yeah, but you're the one that got to choose where.
Oh.
All
Yes,
right,
it would
okay.
have been Panera.
Outback, Jerry says. Outback's still open? Okay, so Cindy, here's a question for Sue. Which Disney character would Sue say that she is most like? What Disney character would Sue say that she is most like? And you can break out in song if you want to. But, wow, that's not a good face there, Sue.
There's a lot of characters.
There's a lot of characters.
I know, and we're a duo, so I have all the duos going through my head.
Well, pick the duo and pick who she thinks she would be. You're just trying to get a match. Could be out there. Lois Cantor says Goofy. James in the room says
Okay, I'm
Joy.
ready.
Isn't that like DreamWorks or something? Or I guess that is Disney. Pixar. I guess that is Disney. So what do you guys think out there? What would Sue say that she is? Minnie Mouse? Got that? What do we got on Facebook? Anything?
Yeah, Olaf. Minnie Mouse was on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Who would you pick, Ben? If
For
you-
Sue?
No, for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Hercules.
Hercules.
This is what first thing came to mind.
All right. go
Everybody's
for it.
smiling in here like that's not realistic or something. I don't understand. I don't know why, but Jeff Pogue says, Scott, you're so lucky to not have gotten that question. Because of the mustache?
I don't know.
I guess. We'll see. All right, you guys got an answer? Sue, did you write something down? Or no, wait. Who did I ask that to? I asked that to Cindy. So did you write it down, Cindy? Okay, so
Yep.
Sue, what's the right answer?
I'm not sure about this. I'm going to go with Snow White.
I was thinking duos like Chip and Dale, Buzz and Woody, and Donald and
Minnie.
Donald and Minnie?
Donald and Minnie.
Oh,
It's
you're
a
so
different
good.
version of Disney.
You
that
know,
not a lot
I
of
was
people
thinking of a
watch.
duo.
More like Daisy and Minnie, I think she was thinking.
All right. Okay. Sue, we're back to you. All right. Sue, Cindy has a $500 Fred Meyer gift card. I don't know why she got less than Scott, but anyways. Cindy has a $500 Fred Meyer gift card that she can spend on any one single item. Where's she buying? What's she buying? From Fred Meyer, she's got $500 gift card to buy one item. What is she going to go buy? One item. Maybe that's really hard. I don't know. What do you guys think out there? Jeff Luce says, I would be Goofy.
That's pretty fair.
I don't want to be Goofy.
But you like to have fun. You like to joke around a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
at least you're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the
yeah.
dog that has to act like a dog. Goofy's a dog that gets to act like a person.
That's true. That's good. Pluto. You think I would be Pluto back there, Chris? Is that what you said? I'm offended. No, I'm joking. Not Sue. Jerry says she would not fish. A gift card for the grandkids. Oh man, they love you, right? Cole's gift card.
This is for Cindy.
Yeah.
right?
Well,
What-
this
what-
is for Sue, but this is Cindy.
What Cindy would buy?
Yeah.
What she would do is she would play the game. So she would go and buy like a $20 item and then get $480 back in cash that she could use at other stores with her other
Yes.
coupons.
There you go.
That I may have just stole the thunder on that one, but that's the real answer.
I don't think Sue had enough room to write that down. So, or wait,
That's a
Cindy's
tricky
writing
thing.
it down. You tell us when you're locked in there, Cindy. You locked in? All right, Sue, you're up. You're up. What do you got?
I thought I was writing down.
Whatever. This is. You can write it down too. I'm getting confused on that.
Okay.
She has a gift card, right? A TV.
I just put a TV because I didn't know what else to put.
Okay. What do you got, Cindy? What'd you write for a one item at?
Oh, I was thinking gift card. Then I could go later and buy what I wanted.
So
Amazon.
you wrote gift card down? Did you write it down? Oh, okay.
Gift
All right.
card.
Well, good job.
Nice.
Good job. All right,
Boys,
Cindy, this is for
Sue,
you.
We know each other well, but these are dumb questions.
Hey.
Just saying.
Hey, I take personal offense to that.
We have shared an office for so many years. We know everything, but not these.
Okay. Well, hey, that's what the point of it here. Okay, so this is for you, Cindy. So, Sue, you're going to write this down. Cindy, you're going to just keep it in your head, okay? Sue.
Okay.
So, this is for Cindy. So, Cindy, Sue orders a salad at the newest restaurant in town. She eats it and says, "This is the best salad I've ever had." When it comes times to pay, the waiter says, "You pay us what you think it's worth." How much does Sue pay? How about that? Right? So Sue can pay whatever she wants, what she thinks it's worth at the newest restaurant in town. They're open. They're not open right now, but in this facetious world, they are open. And how much are you paying at home? How about here in the room, Craig? How much are you paying? $13. Craig's paying $13.95 because he has 95 cents of change in his pocket.
What's on the salad?
What's on the salad? It's the best salad you've ever had.
Is there like a
No.
whole steak on top?
There's
I
the
love
best
a,
salad you've ever had.
I love a steak salad.
It's the best salad you've ever had.
Like a nicely.
All right, we got a couple
cooked
things
steak.
here. $5. Gordon, that's it? The best salad you've ever had. $5? Lois
Look.
Cantor, $12.99. Jerry Cantor, $25. It's the best salad you've ever had. Right? I don't eat salad. I'm not paying for salad, so I would have never ordered it. But I feel like Sue does order salad. Sue, do you order salad on a continual basis?
Sorta.
No?
Not much.
I should have said, I don't know. What's your favorite?
Sounds like you don't know Sue.
Apparently not. All right. Well, so do you have something locked in, Sue?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Cindy. What price would she pay?
Well, we're kind of frugal, me and Sue. I would say $19.99.
$19.99. That's frugal, I guess. Sue, what do you got?
I put $15 and a great tip.
I think that could equal
that's
$19.99.
$19.99. That's a win.
Perfect. Hey, you
Yay.
got one. Whoop woo. All right, you rapid. You ready? You ready? Sue, let's go. You rapid fire, Sue. What is Cindy's favorite TV show?
Gilmore Girls?
Gilmore Girls?
Anything on the
Thumbs
Hallmark
down.
Channel.
What's your favorite TV show, Cindy?
Can I change my answer?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
I'll say SEAL Team.
Yeah. All right, Sue, what is Cindy's favorite color?
Green.
Which one is her favorite grandchild? I'm joking. You don't have to answer that one, okay? All right, what's her favorite vacation spot?
The ocean.
The ocean. All right, thumbs up. Hey, you guys know each other pretty well. Okay, Cindy, here's Sue's rapid fire, and then we'll let you guys all go home because we're tailing off anyways. How tall is Sue?
5'2".
5'2"? All right. What's her favorite ice cream?
Chocolate?
Yeah, look at that. All right, Cindy, what's Sue's middle name? Oh, no. I thought you would get...
Susan Louise? No.
Yeah.
Because it's Amy Louise too, and so I was thinking.
And Julianne Louise.
Yes.
Look at that. Nice job. Well, hey, Cindy and Sue, thank you guys so much for joining us. Appreciate it. See you guys later. You have a great day. Hey, we want to thank everybody else for joining us. You guys have been great for sticking it out with us for this. And we will see you next week right back here. Same bat time, same bat place. We love you guys. We'll see you soon.